Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for dropping by this episode of Media Champions. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Today, we're going to take you out to the Bay Area in San Francisco. That's where we find Scott Brown. Scott, with Marketing Online Specialist, the guru of marketing in media, joining us today. Scott, it's so nice to finally see you on Media Champions.
Well, it's been a little bit of time, and here I am. I'm so happy to be here. There's so many things going on in my life, just so many things.
You are a
Where would you
busy
like
man.
me to
That's why
begin?
I thank you first of all because I know how busy you are. So thank you for saying yes to Media Champions. But
No, no, I wanted to be here.
you
I
are
loved it.
you're in the thick of this every day, and you see how quickly things change in media and marketing. Would you
Yes,
give us
yes,
your perspective on how the trends are changing and what the consumer, the customer needs to be looking for, and what the business person needs to be looking for when it comes to putting their brand and their story out there? Because it's a two-way street and it's changing on both
absolutely,
sides.
absolutely. Well, actually, it's changing very rapidly on the B2B side, the business to business. I just signed an agreement with an organization that's out of Singapore and out of Chicago called Supercharger Lab. What they do is they answer the question, why people buy. Why? I've been actually searching for that for what? All my career in marketing and sales and in advertising. We never knew why. We actually could get reports through SEMrush or somebody like that that tells where information comes, where people come from, the traffic, all this kind of stuff. That's great. But once you're actually be able to, with our Sigmund AI, we can actually tell why people buy. It's psychographic. It's actually means learning, which is the latest and greatest. This software thinks. It's so crazy. And when I was presented to this, because I wrote a book, Artificial Intelligence and Digital Marketing, and this woman found me, and she's a generalist. I'm specific, and she said, "I want to collaborate with you." She's in Singapore right now, and she does some amazing things. And I'm her ambassador. I just signed an agreement, and part of it is because I was just named the number one outstanding marketing executive in America by Marketing Communications 2.0. I'm so honored by that. They started out with a field of about 1,000 through the internet, and then when it got down to 100, they called me and said, "You're in the running." What's that mean, in the running? I said, "Who actually nominated me?" She said, "No, no, no, you weren't nominated." I said, "Now what do I do?" So I got down to in 12, and believe it or not, I was taking a nap, and I get a call from these people, and they said, "You won." I said, "Who put you up for this? Where are the cameras?" Right? No. In Las Vegas in the middle of December, I'm getting my award, and it's going from there. I got a handler named Manny now. I never had a handler before. Now I have one.
What's it like to have a handler? My goodness. You know what? I bet you $1 to a donut that whether it's your handler or a potential customer or someone who you have worked with in the past, everybody that knows Scott Brown knows what drives you to do what you do. Why do you do this, Scott? Because you're so good at it, and you're involved in so much stuff in the world of media marketing. But why do you do it?
I'll tell you why. My dad told me this. He said, "Scott, you better love what you do because you're going to be doing a hell of a lot of it." When I picked that up, I said, "What do I love? I love communication. I love predicting why people do things. I love learning. Everything just falls into place. And all of a sudden, the technology caught up with me. And now I have this amazing opportunity, not only with artificial intelligence and other areas, but to actually understand why and a software that actually thinks. It means learning and it thinks. It's so crazy. And I'm actually going to do this because I have another agreement with some friends of mine that are building a virtual reality world to catch up with, I don't know, the guys in Meta down the road from me, Facebook Meta. They're looking for builders, and my friends are building. And I'm going to actually go to Portland and go over my friend's shoulder and maybe get him a coffee and say, "You're building my communications complex," because I'm building in virtual reality a communications complex, which is going to have a lobby that shows the history of communications. Unbelievable, right? All the way from the caveman on the walls, and people show up as avatars. That's available now. I'm even going to sell in immersive marketing, which is the latest way to do it, in a virtual reality in an NFT environment where there's tokens being passed through. My parents were artists for many, many years. I'm building an art gallery and we're going to sell graphic arts there too. And I'm going to have people do that. When you get into this world, it's actually a bot that takes them there. They say, I want to go to MOS communications complex. How do I get there? And the bot tells them how to get there, and they show up as an avatar. We're even going to have a classroom because everything I'm doing and everything I'm exposed to from vendors, I have to teach it or bring in experts. Annie, who's my partner, is going to do stuff there. The guy that's actually building the world, he's an expert in Web3, which is the latest thing that's happening because that's basically Web3. We're writing a book on
Right.
Web3. In fact, we're going to be going to, it's going to be great. We're going to MIT where I did a little bit of work, and my professor said, I'm teaching a course, a graduate course at MIT in the fall. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sit in the back of his room and we're going to go buy him a beer and say, help us with the forward of our book.
That sounds like a great plan. Scott, I knew the time was going to fly by. Thank you for saying yes. Please say yes that you'll come back because there's so
I
much
will
more that we can
absolutely come
talk
back
about.
because I'm just actually touching the point here. I mean, the envelope is being pushed so far, you can't imagine it. I'm so excited to be able to be on the forefront. It's a revolution. It's a revolution in marketing like there's no tomorrow. Similar, I don't want to say it, but similar to what desktop publishing did with Apple and Macintosh. It's unbelievable. I'm not going to say we're there yet, but maybe in 5 years, maybe we're going to be there.
Well, people can scratch their heads all they want to, but AI, NFTs, marketing, it's all happening, and we're going to have you back to continue the discussion. Thank you so much,
I would
Scott.
love to come back anytime. I'll be there. Thank you. Have
Thank
a nice
you.
day.
And for the rest of you, we can put you in touch with Scott Brown. You're going to want to reach out to him. We can help you do that. You can find Scott by finding us right here at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. We'll see you next time for more Media Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.